Why can't you do it all the reasons why you can't do it?
I'd like to call September 14th board meeting to order. Welcome our participants, our news media and parents and administration. We'll start with a roll call. All five of us are here, and we'll do a prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance and our prayer.
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Remain stand. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day, and thank you for those that are here and be with us as we try to make wise decisions for our children and our teachers and administration. And thank you for the grace and mercy, and just be with us during this COVID-19 and keep our students and faculty safe. In thy name we pray.
Amen. Amen.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, we have public participation and comments.
None at this time.
None at this time. All right. We'll start with the cabinet update, superintendent information.
All right, it's not gonna be as long.
You're on the clock.
So,
You take all the time you need.
hang on, you ain't gonna go long today.
He waited for you to tell him it wasn't long for you.
So, how's everybody doing? Thank y'all for coming in for the work session. I know you gotta take out some time for your day. So we're gonna go through the updates. We got just a few, and then we'll just progress through. The Superintendent Advisory Council will begin in October. We had an application out for all the parents. We're trying to get so many people per school. I think we ended up with like 60 or 70 applicants. There was some duplicates in there. So all the parents filled it out, and we're gonna go through and select them, and by the next board meeting, we'll know who our cabinet is, and we'll have our first meeting in October. They're gonna help us with community relations, getting getting the school district with the community kind of come together as one. That will help a lot. Collaborated with the fire inspector to establish an accurate seating capacity for our stadium. We had to give the fire marshal, fire director here, to make sure that we meet the capacity numbers that the government has set forth. I provided you all with some numbers. It was shocking. We really didn't know what the capacity was. Last year we averaged 834 at the football games for high school. The capacity is 679. For basketball we averaged 204 at the high school. The capacity is 179 with the 25%. The middle school we averaged 332. The capacity is with 25% is 563, and 114 for basketball and 156. So we really didn't have those numbers really didn't affect what we're normally getting. On the normal, our first game we sold out with tickets. I don't think we had that many there, but we sold out of tickets.
That's seated capacity in the stands.
In the stands. Teacher Chromebooks have arrived. We got our teacher Chromebooks in. Had no clue that they were going to be here. They just showed up. We're just happy. So we're getting ready to distribute those to the teachers. How do we know? We know that they're different than the students because the ones we ordered for the teachers have the bigger screen. So we're waiting on them. Neil is getting that all together so we can get that distributed out to all the teachers. It's a process now. We got to make sure that we finally got our fixed assets right, so we're just trying to keep it right. Feasibility study update. Thank y'all for coming. Take some time. Went through some things with the feasibility study. Should be some more updates about improving our facilities later on. Planning on having some meetings here, probably October at some time, to get the community involved to listen to what's going on. Enrollment. Right now we have 1,254 children on virtual. So that is 42.8% of our total enrollment right now. And our enrollment has gone up and down since last week. Right now, today, we were at 2,926 students. The report that I sent to you on Friday, it was higher than that. So the day before, it was higher. it was lower than that. So it's going up and down, up and down, up and down. So I think by the time we come back for our next board meeting, I have a good number for you, that we'll probably be done plateaued out. We're trying to find out where some of our children are. I think Denise told me we're like 200 difference from last year, around that number. So not gonna panic yet, just trying to wait to see when it flattens out. So we get a report every day. The principal's doing a good job filling out that form.
Next time I'll be curious to break out between secondary and elementary,
Okay.
virtual
Secondary,
versus,
elementary?
yeah.
Gotcha.
This year versus last.
Do we know why it's going up and down, up and down?
I'm talking about the virtual versus the actual
Right.
enroll their own.
Well, now it's too close. If they virtual now, they virtual for Christmas.
Well,
Well, why are we going up and down?
That's what we're trying to find out. And we had a lot that did not register too. Well, I mean, they hadn't enrolled in school, so it's going up and down, up and down. Some of the principals here, and I'll tell you,
But I thought if they hadn't decided by the time school started, they were automatically gonna be tradition.
He talking about just kids enrolled.
Just kids
School
enrolled.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, they still gotta decide where they gonna go. I mean,
No,
no, they don't have to decide. I thought we decided for them.
We gave them, if you didn't enroll, we just gave you the option to choose the option. I think that's pretty fair.
Okay.
If you hadn't enrolled. Instead of you enrolling and you choosing and you switching all the time. Wait, let's go back. Before we go there. Let's talk about the virtual for a minute. There has been some issues with virtual.
Mm-hmm,
There has. Let's just talk about the elephant that's in the room.
mm-hmm.
are we the only school district that issue?
No, sir, by far. But I'm gonna tell you this. I sent the principals an email the day before school started, and I said, be prepared for Murphy's Law. And Murphy's Law happened the first day. Servers went down. When the servers went down, we couldn't do nothing. I've even talked to Ms. Holmes on the phone to help her out. But they have done an exceptional job. They've been the principals. Because as we fix problems, they are communicating. Everybody has a tech team. We put that information out, an update for the public on Friday to get with the principals. Like today, I was looking, the issues that we're having today were nothing like the issues we were having Tuesday and Wednesday. They were totally off the chart. Tuesday and Wednesday was mostly logging in. We pretty much got that licked about logging in. It's just other stuff that we had to fix on our end. Neil discovered on Friday that we had a plug in our firewall that was blocking stuff, so we had to fix that. So we fixed that, and then something else will pop up. But the principals have contingency plans, which in the system, you can use Google Classroom. They're using that now. They're using different methods. And me being a Google person, I'm Google certified. The reason we didn't start out with Google, because they didn't have all the features that we needed. They didn't have the groups, they didn't have all this other stuff. Now, MDE sends us an update last Wednesday or Friday or somewhere, saying that they have some new options, but you have to pay for these new options. So we didn't want to go in the year not telling the teachers, just wait, we're going to do this, this, this. We had to pull the trigger and we had to get some training in. So it's not like everybody's doing, it's getting better. It's not going to be perfect. And everybody has to understand we're going from a district that did nothing virtual to doing 42.8% of your population virtually. So it is a task. And it's not all on the parent and it's not all on us. It's just sometimes. I talked to Ms. Holmes and we had a good detailed conversation about internet speed, connecting the wire, all kinds of stuff that really affect you going in and doing and being able to see. We've had Google Classroom go down. We've had the grade results go down. We've had Zoom go down in different districts. Canvas has gone down. So every single LMS that's out there has gone up and down as people have gone to school. So it's not going to be perfect, but I think they're doing a really good job with their contingency plans and helping people out. And I don't think anybody can say that we're not contacting them. I mean, we're consistently contacting and calling and doing all the stuff. We have tech teams at the school. Every school has a tech team, and then the district level has a tech team as well. I know y'all probably got some questions about any. I just wanted to clear it up.
How well are we accepting change? Because that's about the only thing that's been constant I was trying to tell George earlier, that matter if you work for a company or whether you go to the schools, you
And
have to
honestly,
deal with the same thing.
And Mr. Paul, you in business too. You deal with everybody, and I think all y'all deal with people. I think the only person that really like change is a bakery.
Gus, though.
Exactly.
Hey, you know
I
what?
think that's about
What
it.
you
I think
say?
that's the truth. I mean, we're doing, you know, Miss Short, she's called me a couple times. I'm like, who is this? Let me see it. Some of you all others have called me like, who is this? Let me see. Calling the principals. Principal's doing a really good job. The communication is really good.
How's our internet service going?
It was going up and down.
In and out.
In and out. And that's just for the city. It's nothing that we are doing. We got some new stuff that's coming. We got some new switches that's coming that haven't made here yet. That's gonna help us out.
Who's our
we gotta start
provider?
looking-
Who's our provider?
All the water tank.
Provider is Unity.
Who?
Unity
Unity.
used to be Inline.
Used to be what?
Inline.
Inline.
And we're gonna,
No, dude.
we gotta talk about some
You know?
broadband too. We gotta talk about more broadband, which is an additional cost. But if you're gonna do this, you're gonna have to get the broadband right. Because if you don't have the broadband, you're trying to put this much internet into a hole about that big. So.
But we didn't know this before now, though?
Yeah.
We did.
But our numbers did not look like 1254. We're going up and down.
Last time we bet, it was about 20% where you were at.
Yeah. We were
We thought
nowhere
that was
near.
high.
We were nowhere near that. Nowhere. But we learn and we monitor and we adjust. We just adjust.
So now let me ask this question. How far are we from enrollment? How many we have as compared to what we ended with? How many more do we have to enroll? Do we still know how many
We're missing roughly 200 and some kids
Okay.
from what we had last year.
So if they say, was that 300? Did I see that right? You were asking for 300 more something. Would that be enough? Purchase that we have to make the broadband
Oh, yeah.
Talking about licenses.
licenses,
No,
yeah.
we'll be fine.
We can even adjust that as we go.
Okay.
We'll be fine.
Y'all can call them tomorrow and increase if you
Yeah,
need to.
we
couldn't you?
don't, we don't put the licenses up to like 3,400 people.
Okay,
So we went well over.
okay,
And that was another problem when I read that report. We didn't know we were gonna have that many people.
right.
And we knew we didn't have a lot of people registered. So. All right, let me go. Every month I try to highlight the school to let you know what's going on. in the
Parks
schools.
today.
So today our highlight is parks.
Right.
So, Miss Bennett is the new principal at Parks, and she's gonna do just a brief outline of what's going on at Parks.
All right. Hello, everybody.
Hello,
My
hello.
name is Bennett. I'm at Parks. I'm going to start with our mission and vision. Our mission is to reach the fullness of our students' potential and provide them with a quality education for lifelong learning by enhancing their intellectual, physical, and social needs. Our vision is that students will possess reading, writing, and math skills at or above grade level and become productive citizens. So this year, with the destruction of our library, we have decided to incorporate a construction school theme. And so we're incorporating some CTE experience opportunities, just knowledge activities in each grade level. So each grade level picked a area of construction. So electrician, the actual building, and we've decorated the whole school. They are just making connections between what is going on outside of our building. We're trying to make a connection for our students in the real world. Some of them may grow up to be engineers or work in a construction area. So this is just some pictures of the construction on the roof, the air conditioner. We had our pre-K students dress up in vests and hard hats, and they went out and took a picture with the men working on the roof. Some of our campus updates, we do have our PBIS stores set up. Teachers are giving out bear bucks for academic and behavior. All of our academic behavior and community teams, they've held their PLCs. We've planned events and we got them on our schedule. This past week, we completed our beginning of year screeners. We actually started ELS benchmark testing today, so we'll finish that out this week. We have started our RTI meetings with our teachers so that we can get students placed on the correct interventions. Make sure we're helping bridge that gap from all the time they've been out of the building.
Question. Your virtual students, are they coming in for the ELS testing, or are you doing it virtually as well?
So we have it scheduled for them to come in, but if we had a student say, or the parent say, I cannot, or I do not want to send my kid, then we sent the information to them to allow them to do it at home. Because some of them really, the health risk, we were just wanting to provide that. Like Dr. Belcher mentioned, we do have the tech team at the school. This is just how we're providing online student support. We have a Google Doc of forms. As they have issues, they go in, fill it out, it goes into a spreadsheet. My tech team is linked to the spreadsheet, and we're just monitoring daily. As we resolve issues, we're marking them off. Just a little update on our library. We were able to get some of our donated and salvaged books kind of organized and into a classroom. The librarian is working on getting them ready for checkout. So students will be able to check out books. She is going into the classroom right now for the first 9 weeks. We're going to reassess and see if she'll be able to get them in the classroom afterwards. And then just overall organization for my teachers. I made a school calendar. It's comprehensive for all of them. I also made a teacher folder that has every manual, RTI, safety plan, schedules, calendars, everything in it on Google Drive. All of the teachers have access to that. And then of course our RTI and data tracker is in there as well. And that's just a quick, brief overview of what we've been working on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I didn't want to put her on the spot, that's why I'm gonna ask you the question. She was talking about the tech teams. What's the average turnaround from the time from when people were made aware that there's a problem and we're able to get a resolution?
You want to talk about yours?
Yeah, we're turning it around very quickly, like within the day most of the
Okay.
time. It just depends on if it's a problem I can fix.
Sure,
Or
sure.
if it's like a software problem with grade results, that's something I can't fix.
But on average,
But
if
it's
you look
pretty
at all
much
of them.
within the day.
Okay, that's good.
What about yours?
It's within the day, I'm almost within 24 hours anyway.
Yeah.
Good.
Pretty easily,
And whatever their tech team can't fix, they do something and then they call Neil and his crew. And so it's a system.
Okay.
Like if you can't fix it, somebody else is assigned to fix it. And then they find out and they help the people on the tech team to fix the issue.
Because we only hear about the horror stories. We don't ever hear.
Are your students experiencing the same issues that the other schools are?
Yes, ma'am, they are, but we have the same things in place. We have other programs that they can go through, through several in the classroom. Because while we were preparing for great results, we still had the plan B in place for them.
Go take it, version.
If
Some of it.
Some of it.
if it takes a day to fix it, how are they gonna catch up with that day's lesson?
The only reason they take a day to fix it is something pretty major. I mean, if it's a login issue, a sign, or username, something like that's pretty easy. If they're having an issue that we have a check sheet, hey, try this, it doesn't work, then we've got to figure something else out. So to answer your question, generally it's very rare that they can't do anything. It's usually they can't see this or they can't, so it's rare they can't do anything now. Now it's rare. The last 2 days have been rare. But they couldn't do anything. In fact, we've had very few calls or emails left on Friday and today. Very few.
And I was told that it'll be 2 or 3 weeks before they really truly get into instruction, because right now we're still ironing out problems. Am I right? You didn't tell me that? I didn't talk to, I talked to you.
No,
No,
Are they doing instruction?
Ms. Cannon did a written instruction
She did it on the first day, didn't she?
She did, the day I started working Good Friday, she's doing instruction this month.
She said this.
We're doing instruction.
Okay. I just don't want mine to come up short, virtual. All right, because I'm having trouble. I could get one in Friday and I couldn't get the other one, and today I could get one in and I couldn't get the other one in, so.
And I think everybody should understand too, like we said before, we're going from no virtual to 40-some% of our population doing something that has never been done. So, and it's a learning process, because you can't teach the same way virtually as you did face to face.
That's right.
These are two different animals. So it's a learning process, but we're getting better. I was looking at someone's sheet today, last week, the first day they had 54 issues that they resolved the first day. Then the next day it was 40-something.
Okay.
Then the next day it was 30-something. Then the next day it was 22. Well, today they had 7. So, and those 7 today and those 22 on Friday were totally different from the problems that were on Tuesday.
Okay.
So we're processing the information and we're getting them resolved as we go along. It's not perfect, but
Just like anything new, it's
it's
changed.
anything new. I told you, nobody likes what they.
So, not change the subject, but with the 40% of the kids, we're obviously able to socially distance the classroom better.
Yeah, that's helping.
That's helping. Foster, that's,
Yes, it is now, like I said, where we differ with the high school, for example, with, we have so many different classes. So depending on how many kids at a certain grade level, that's true, yes, but like, especially like our 11th, 12th grade, we have a lot of less 11th, 12th grade versus we do 9th and 10th.
Right.
So those classes obviously aren't spaced out because the same kids that take 11th, 12th grade classes don't take 9th and 10th grade classes. So
right.
They must
yes,
have
and
school.
the answer is yes, and no class school. Overall, yes, our classes are smaller than we were last year. But, so we can't just even out exactly because we had 30-something, 35 classes, different classes that we have.
But you monitoring it closely and trying to socially
We are as
distance.
small and spread out as we possibly can be.
What about following our protocols?
Yeah.
We had any problems?
We hadn't had a problem, but
Are
we
we
followed
doing
it.
it?
We're doing them.
Good.
We are doing them. It's a pain, it's a pain, but just like Mr. Boggs said at first, it's only as good as what you do with the plan. It can be written well, but you're not
That's
gonna
right.
follow it. It's not worth the paper that it's on, but
Yeah.
we've been following it. We've been following them, and we tweak as we go along, because the governor said something, so our HR person had to tweak something for this week. So we are monitoring and adjusting as we go along. And for the time's sake, I know we sent you an abundance of information. So do you have any questions about any of the information that we sent you? We're trying to send you the board agenda and stuff very early so you can read through it. Because sometimes it is a lot of information instead of us reading verbatim on the slides. Do y'all have any other questions about any other information that we sent you?
Talking about your FYI,
Yes, sir. And the cabinet updates. Any other questions? And if there are no questions, that concludes my cabinet update.
that means everybody.
He shortened it up. I told him to shorten it up. He shortened it up.
Dang, man. Well, can I get a motion to approve the cabinet update?
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor? Opposed?
About a shorter cabinet update than we ever had, though.
Yes, so is. All right, approval of consent agenda.
Cold on this shit.
I make the motion to approve.
Second.
Been motion and second to approve the consent agenda, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Date, set next date and time, Tuesday, October 13th, 6 p.m.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, Monday would be fall break.
We get a fall break?
It just started, now to get a break. Y'all been on break?
Y'all misunderstood. I said, we get a fall break. You get a fall break?
Y'all been on break 6 months.
All the years I've taught, I didn't get one.
Six.
I
get somebody here.
Did y'all hear that?
I'm in trial that week.
All right, Jack, can you send Jamie back?
I'm trying my best.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he like to look at Jamie, don't
Send Jamie back.
he? Jesus,
Everybody happy with that?
thing that's short fused.
I'm fine with it.
What day is it?
What's the date?
13th,
Tuesday the 13th.
Oh, cool, that's
October
fine.
13th.
I ain't got no, I ain't going nowhere long as COVID in the air.
I make a motion, we approve.
I know, I ain't got nothing to do.
Next time and
Day
date.
after Columbus Day.
Tanya, you say you good?
You gonna be in town, Reggie?
I didn't bring my calendar, so but yeah, I'll make sure.
Well, we can adjust it if we need to.
I just gotta figure out how to put it in my phone.
All right, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it. Approve of claims docket.
Oh, George, on other thing out. And we used to go to the schools for lunch.
I remember
Is there
that.
any way we can start back doing that so we can visit these schools?
We've got to eat in the rooms.
We
Oh,
can.
that's right.
It's COVID.
That's why.
Can't do it because
Never mind. Never mind.
Wait, Reggie. Hey, Reggie. Wake up, Reggie. Hey,
What was the
Reggie.
reason
So
why?
can I clear it up for you?
Because of
Yeah.
COVID, they don't want us walking around the school.
Yes,
right.
and and they waived that. I know you all have to do visits.
Yeah.
They waived all that.
We're probably
you
in a
don't
high
have to
risk
do this.
category now.
Yeah,
COVID reasons. So that's why I hadn't set anything up to do.
that's fine. That wasn't even thinking.
Anything, all right. Claims docket, anything besides the water bill?
I got something.
You got the water bill.
Where's Cindy at?
In the corner.
There she is in the corner. We put her in the corner.
Hello. Page 7,
We on the claims docket.
claims docket, page 7, which is 7 on the sheet, not on your iPad, is, I guess this is on the roofs, Bradley, A-Rant,
Yes.
32,582. Okay.
It's yeah, and you'll be talking to Kate Margolis later this evening.
She's coming?
Coming or?
On the
On the
phone.
phone.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you can get some more detail, but
And that-
her
You went through all that, everything?
her
right?
backup is extensive.
Okay. All right, page 9.
Wait, can I ask a question about page
Yeah.
8? This is kind of just a general question, not about the action, but we got a whole lot of phones. C Spire, AT&T, some of it says fiber. Do you have a master list of who all's got phones and?
Okay, so
That-
the AT&T phones or the emergency 911 lines that you're required to have in schools?
Hard landlines?
Landlines, yes. In case
Okay.
the current voice over IP system goes down, then we're required to have
Okay.
a landline, AT&T line.
Then everybody else just has a cell phone?
Because we have voice over IP, which is the office phones that everybody uses, which is C Spire also.
Okay. That explains the difference in the C Spire numbers. Because some of them were bigger. Okay. I got a deal about security. Go ahead.
Okay, page 9 and 10. Go ahead, somebody else have a question. 9, 10. Central Excess Corporation.
Sam.
Yeah.
That's what?
Sam?
Saying $48,000?
Well, one of them
That's
is
the student database.
contractual service. Plus they have this whole end sound that Denise uses. For the AIM notification, the online student registration, and the maintenance and support.
That's a one-time
No,
annual?
that's for each school every year.
But it's just annual.
That ain't 40-some thousand per school.
No.
No, it's $1,371.
But that's
Go back to putting the grades on the hand, by hand now.
You got your student information system.
Yeah.
And your info staff. And you've got consultants for the business office, and the rest is student access to your grading and your attendance and all that. That's annual. If you, anything listed by school number is annually, and that's your student information.
All right, I think Mr. Harrington already answered the water question, $2,000 bill. We got it.
What did you say it was?
Got a leak?
Water grass also.
They did.
29.
The leak?
He paid everybody water
It
bill.
wasn't legal, they just didn't use a bunch of water, was it?
I know, I did talk to, folks,
I did talk to Coach Jones about it, but that was the football field and softball and baseball, so we just told them to watch their water use.
We want the grass, man.
Playing in dirt ain't no fun.
That's all I got, Mr. President.
Security, security fees, I'm trying to find it.
On page 33, that state treasure fund,
I have.
$162,000, and state treasure fund, $44,000. What are we paying back?
Those are your master leases that you've had over the years,
Uh-huh.
buses, equipment, that kind of thing. One of these is going off. We can have a schedule for you next time if you'd like to see what the flow of those payments are.
Okay. That's all I had.
Repair, maintenance, services for security services. We haven't, these are all individual bills where we had to get them fixed, or is this just a monitoring service?
No, some of them are monitoring services and some of them are services, but we have to call and make adjustments to the security system to take old codes out and put the new people in. And that's what that fee is for.
They charging us to do that?
They'll charge us anytime we make any changes to the system.
Ain't that something?
What do we get with our service fee?
That's right.
The service fee?
Yeah.
I know it's 55, I think they charge like $55 just to come out to do any type of changes to it. And the service fee is like when if motion detector go bad, they have to replace it.
Yeah, that's replacing equipment and all
Replace
that.
equipment, right.
But adding and taking people in and out of our system as we need to.
They do charge us for that, yes, sir.
55, 26.94, and 21.94 are free charges.
Yeah, there's a lot of consistent 2194s and a couple of 26.
But there is one.
I guess that's just the monitoring.
$679 deal.
Yeah.
Monitor fee is like, I think if I'm not mistaken, like $55. Some of them monitor our fire alarm systems, or the bills that we have fire alarm system on as well, security services monitoring.
There's some of those on there, but, okay, so all our, but all the security stuff we put in, the cameras, our security plan,
The cameras.
we've gotten it done and it's
No, that's on the newer system.
on network, but the alarm system and all,
The
all
alarm
our
system is
buildings are
on, it's still
working.
being monitored, yes.
Okay, that's good. I'm in the wrong business.
I'll make a motion to approve, Mr. President.
I get a second?
Second.
A motion and second to approve the claims docket. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Remove from table and approval of Cleveland School District's Federal Programs Manual, Federal Program Procedures Manual, Walter Robinson Achievement Intake Manual, Walter Robinson Achievement Student Center Student Family Handbook, and Child Nutritional Employee Handbook, A, B, C, D, E. Can I get a motion to approve those?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve A, B, C, D, and E. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Number 7, approval of MSBA Workers' Compensation Insurance Premium Payment, Certificate 12-12-0 in the amount of $123,548 for coverage period 10/1/10/1/21 district funds. Workers' Compensation Insurance Premium.
The only correction I'd like to make is it's not all district funds. If you're paid out of food service, it's charged food service. Paid out Title I, it's Title I funding. But Mr. Mitchell is here if you've got any questions. This premium is less than it was last year, if I understood him correctly.
Well, that's good. That's what we wanted to know.
We won't talk to him.
We won't talk to her then. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
And motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Review and approval of application for payment to Royal Collins Construction, approved by JBHM at $123,407.82. Parks Elementary Project District Funds, approved by Neil Wagner. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Been motion and second to approve. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Review and approval of payment in the amount of $25,130.53 to JBHM for Architects for Constructions. Documents and bidding procurement fees related to the Parks Library Project District funds. Can I get a motion?
You hope we're gonna pay you?
Have we got all the,
I've got the numbers and everything she wants to go over
okay.
in the session, so I've got everything.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Been motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right, approval of reimbursement return request for CTE to the Mississippi Department of Education, Office of Career and Technical Education in the amount of $1,191.64 for overage of the vocational federal budget for 19 and 20. Got to reimburse them $1,191.
That's from, during COVID, you know, a lot of things were on back order, they were not making in time. So I just canceled the purchase order in order to meet the end of the year budget cutoff.
So we just send back the money we didn't spend.
Yeah, the money that we didn't spend.
Make a motion, we approve.
Cindy, we all right?
Yeah, if we get this money back to them, we need to return these funds.
All right.
I'll make a motion, we send the money back to them.
All right, can I get a second?
I'll second that.
Been motion and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approval of continuing contract agreement between Cleveland School District and Equinity Odyssey Ware for 30 license for online learning to be used in the CSD Alternative Center and Credit Recovery at CCHS. Total cost $12,600 district funds.
That's our credit recovery program.
It is, that's what we've been using the last few years. I think we probably might can switch maybe to Great Result something in the future, but this year, to be able to know we could do it and keep everything consistent, we have to have Odyssey Ware this year before we can get everything in place. Because Odyssey Ware already has a lot of stuff MD approved, it's been around a little longer, so Mississippi, so yeah, it's just one of those credit recovery alternative schools. It has, we know how it works, we know how to get kids on there, we know how to get the credit, so yeah, we need it this year to keep consistency.
Mr. Superintendent?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You
fine.
good with this?
Yes.
Make a motion, we approve.
And do we normally use the 30 licenses? Or we just getting?
Yeah, those are actually confirmed licenses, I believe, aren't they? That's what, yeah, we'll have, that's 30 kids gonna be on at one time, so that'll be kids at alternative school, there'll be kids with credit recovery, there'll be
The
maybe a
district.
few seniors that are trying to catch up on some online classes that are behind, stuff like that, so we have.
So it's just a matter of how many can be on at the same time, like you said.
I'm on 30.
200 kids could use it,
Just 30 at the same time.
just 30 at the same time.
That's how you can
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Move, we approve it.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Approval of contractual agreement between Cleveland School District and Rosemont Consultant Services for comprehensive services for students with disabilities, development of FBAs for regular ed students, and behavioral consultations to teachers and students for 2021, paid for through ID funds title ID
This who we've
funds.
used in the past?
This is a new service. With COVID-19, we're experiencing that we want to be proactive with our teachers and our students with anxiety in the African American community. We can tell that a lot of people are dying and making sure the kids have coping strategies in place. So she's gonna do that for anybody that needs a teacher or student, special ed or regular ed. Plus, she's also gonna help assist us with regular education students receiving FBA for our behavior problem students and testing for special ed if needed.
So she actually comes in and will meet with
Yes.
our people and with parents.
Ain't no money amount down here. How much it gonna cost?
$30,000.
How much?
$30,000. I was averaging 3 days a week.
Wow.
We had some title funds left over from FY 19 and 20, is that right? From Dr. Harris.
Uh-huh.
And then I added some spare funds with it.
All right.
I'm like, Ms. Holmes, now, there wasn't a dollar amount on here, it just said use entitled.
I ain't know what we're gonna agree to. We might be agreeing to another $100,000.
150.
150.
No.
I don't
Can I get a motion to approve
Well, now,
Let's put some money on
wait,
it.
hang on. Is
with
this,
the
is it
addition of
limited?
$30,000?
Is there a ceiling on this?
Just sit,
It's what?
$30,000.
Okay.
That needs to be in our motion from now on.
Yeah.
So that we approve it
What the cost?
with the cost.
What the cost is.
I mean, we're not gonna write a blank check.
Is it- Then when he brings us 150.
We do another
like you
thing.
said,
I make a motion to approve with the amount not to exceed the $30,000.
Can I get a second?
Second.
And motion is second. All those in favor?
Ah,
Opposed? Ayes have it.
And if something changes and we need to.
need more than we.
Bring it back to us.
I will.
That kind of thing, yeah.
All right. Approval of agreement between Cleveland School District and Washington County Juvenile Detention Center to provide transition assistance to help youth stay in school and to develop training and mentoring programs. No cost to the district. Can I get a motion?
We go through this every year.
Isn't there one that rolls down?
No, you have to take them to Greenville.
Had to go to
They
Greenville.
have to go to Greenville. Remember, we had this.
It don't cost them nothing. Can I get a motion?
Remember last year we had the big argument, why we gotta take our kids to Greenville to get this done?
Rosedale's closed.
Well, this is the closest one. We gotta have this on file to be able to do. We don't, I don't think we ever use it.
Y'all just
I
need-
make the motion to approve.
Bring some ass whooping
All right,
back
been
to the
motion
district.
second. All those in favor?
Bring some ass whooping back to the district. That's what you do. I can handle
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Two.
Put the other two down. Y'all in favor of it or not?
it. Yeah, y'all do it.
Aye. Yeah.
All opposed?
That's what
Ayes have it.
I got sidetracked for a second.
Approval of implementation of the following distance on-learn policy due to the impact of COVID-19. IAAA, IAAB, IJBD, JRAB, A, B, C, and D.
Do we have to table them all?
I don't. Do
We have to table these
them?
policies?
Because I think this stuff they need now. I don't know if we need to
Our
table.
policy says we have to table it for 30 days. You gotta follow our policy.
We can do. I figured we were gonna table
We can,
our policy.
yeah.
All right, so let's table and then we'll approve it.
Anytime it's
Is
policy.
this coming off the table, Ms. Ford? Okay.
That's what I was just trying to look at, 'cause
We
I
take-
thought they were up.
I didn't remember.
For some reason, I thought these were already up for consideration with Ms. McCarty.
Because we talked about it later in the month, so I thought.
So it's time to
Remember
vote
we
on
talked about it.
Let me double check. If these
Check them.
specifics have not been tabled, we'll table them. But otherwise, these were the ones that I had spoken with Ms.
Well,
McCarty and y'all.
Before we
about
leave,
needing
we'll go
to
through the minutes from the last board meeting.
Last month's minutes.
We can come back. Let's just skip over.
All right, we'll skip 14, go to 15. Approval of revised technology acceptable usage policy for students and faculty and staff effective 2021.
Okay, so we have to update this per MDE to require signatures by parents, students, faculty, and staff. Okay, so regulate.
Because it's a policy, do we have to table it for 30 days?
This is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we already have a separate use policy, we don't need their signature page. Because in the past, it's been together, but they just signed the same one, so the language hasn't changed, just a matter of getting their signature
The
from
policy is
employee.
changing, then the additional.
Oh, it's not changing, it's just documentation of the policy.
It's just documentation, it's just
So
a
it's-
change in the policy.
I'll
So
make
do
a
we need
motion,
to table?
I'll make a motion, we approve the acceptance page
I'll say.
of the existing policy.
A motion second to approve the page. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Approval of contractual agreement between Cleveland School District and grade results for
This is what y'all been
comprehensive
using, right?
dropout prevention program. No cost to district.
Now, this is, I know when you see it, you think it's something else, but we've been looking at the number of kids that we have that are over age. And the number of kids that we've had that's just dropped out. That's really affecting our high school. So we have some that are in our community that we need to grab, that we can help to get a high school diploma. Instead of, how many did you find out, Mr. Foster?
The last, I did data when I first got here, started looking at stuff. For about the last 4 or 5 years, the ninth grade cohort have had 30 to 40 of its kids be over 8 when they get ninth grade. Put that in perspective, that's about 25% of every ninth grade cohort in the last 4 or 5 years have been over age when they get ninth grade. A large percentage has been 2 or more years behind. To give you an example of how it affects us, in 19, which was my first graduating class, we graduated every senior but one that was in our building that we knew of. Our graduation rate dropped 4 points. At that time, of course, first year I pulled the data after the fact and looked at the cohort. We had 40 kids in that senior class of 19 drop out by the May of their sophomore year. 40 kids, and all of them were over age.
Drop out, transferred out somewhere.
No,
Dropped out.
Yes, ma'am.
Dropped out.
And so with this program, what we're trying to do.
That's been every class the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
When you look at it.
And I brought somebody to talk. I brought Chris back here. If you could, to talk about what the program offers and all the things.
These are great results.
Yeah.
And that's who we're using for everything else. Man, I'm
You
glad
started
we
talking
came.
about the elephant in the room a while ago.
I'm
A
glad
little shaky over there.
You get shot up in here.
Yeah, that's right. What did I jump into here? I'm gonna let y'all know that Dr. Belcher and his team have done a really good job. When you go from zero technology to that's a monumental task. And we have these installs all across the country. Neil, his team, and the principals have asked the right questions, and hopefully we've responded in a short amount. It's a team type process getting it going, and I think we've made tremendous strides in the last 2 to 3 weeks. I think we got y'all, there and going. But we've been very excited about working with you guys. To have 42% on right now, that is big. I mean, like I said, I've been on the world tour here on school board meetings here the last 3 or 4 weeks. Y'all are ahead of the game on that, so I can tell you, excellent job. But what the superintendent was talking about on this particular piece on how, what we will call it is the advancement?
What was it? The Advancement Academy.
Yeah, the Advancement Academy is what we're talking about. What we do is we go back and grab these students who are hurting you on your cohort. Like you said, you graduated 39 out of 40 of who was in the building, but it was those 40 that left you 3, 4, 5 years ago that hurt, that's why it dropped 4 points. We help you go back and go get those kids that dropped out, okay? And get them their diploma, which bumps that number up, okay? It also bumps, I heard that you were about 200 students behind on enrollment. Also goes back and helps you make up that lost enrollment, okay? Because you're gonna receive state dollars and federal dollars for those students that we bring in, okay? Over the last 15 years, we've graduated about 94% of those kids, okay? And you ask how we do that. I mean, a kid drops out in 8th grade and never even come to school. How do we do that? We've got a process to be able to, every student has their own teacher, one-on-one. They get a laptop, they get to do it. None of these students come back on your campus to do the work. They're going to do it they're going to do it at home or in some other facility, okay? We'll bring, whether that's a dropout or whether it's a homeschooler. We're not going to, you got a lot of parents out there that just don't want to have their kid in the school. They don't enroll, but the kid's a good scorer. Maybe maybe they're on track to graduate. So I wouldn't block out homeschoolers that want to come back too. It's a way to increase your enrollment, but it's a way to also do good. Let's get them a diploma, increase your rates, okay? We've got private schools all across the country, all right? And what we'll do, if that student looks like they're not going to graduate with you and they're just not doing your work, we'll transfer them to one of our schools. You asked a good question a while ago, or you made a comment. We transfer them. Now they look like a transfer instead of a dropout. That helps your numbers, okay? So it's a really, really unique academy to be able to draw back these kids that we've lost over the years before they hurt you in that 4-year cohort.
But these children these people will be registered as students at Cleveland Central.
They'll be in your school
They'll
district.
be on our roster.
And if they can't graduate according to the way that the state of Mississippi says, we transfer them out to another school that they at least can get a high school diploma. diploma, because everybody doesn't have the same criteria that we have as a state.
So you have 24 credits in Mississippi where California has 13. So a lot of
And
your.
state test, and state test.
Right, you don't have to take a state test because it's a private school.
But if they enrolled at Cleveland Central, it's not
They
right.
would. If we would,
But
if
then
we,
they'll withdraw,
right.
go to that school.
So the ones that pass are going to be they're going to be students with you guys. And the ones that don't, they're going
They'll
to
get a
come
diploma.
and get transferred to me. Okay?
Now, I know other schools, other districts are doing it. Leland just did theirs.
Vicksburg.
Vicksburg just did theirs. I know Leland,
Lauderdale.
Yeah, Lauderdale. There are a number of districts that are doing it, because it can help. Our focus, like Mr. Foster and I talked about back and forth, we really want to have our our overage kids and our kids that have dropped out. That's our first
I'm
phase.
just not, I'm trying to keep them hurting our graduation rate.
Well, they can't do this.
This is what this will do.
We're already doing something similar to this with Families First the last few years. The high schools across the state with Families First.
Right.
Kids that didn't make the state test, they were actually transferring to Families First, and we were paying for it the spring of their senior year. Something like this actually catches them on the front end more than on the very, because the Families First that was the last straw, that was the last 3 months that they had to do. With a program like this, if it works like it's supposed to, we can have a kid who hits ninth grade at 16 years old. The chance of them graduating, if you look at the national statistics, the chances of a kid graduating 2 years behind is 5 to 10%.
I know that.
National statistics. So we're getting a lot of kids coming to us at 16 years old, in ninth grade. So those kids can be targeted immediately, put on almost a remediation program within our school, still be our student. If they catch up and can graduate with us, that's fantastic. If they can't, after 2 or 3 years, then we can transfer them, the transfer student, and they come off our roster. So they're not a dropout, they're a transfer, so they come off our denominator.
That
So
helps
at
us,
the end
that's
of the
right.
day,
If you can tell the state where they are, it don't hurt you.
That's right.
Right.
Think about special needs students. You know, the diploma they get is just really a certificate of attendance is really what it is.
Yeah.
This will actually get those kids a high school diploma. It's a huge help, really. But what we've done is we've put it out there for you guys. You have an October and a November average daily attendance period. We'll determine the number of students at the end of November, and then we'll bill you for it. But you don't have to pay for it until you receive your money from the state, what July is. It's July 1st or July 15th.
So
It's nothing we have to administer. This is,
No.
they're doing all
We're
this.
100%.
So we're okay.
is there any money in there?
Mr. Foster will just identify the
What is it gonna
children,
do?
your counselors and whomever.
Says no cost to district.
Okay.
So we don't have any money attached to this,
Right, until it happens,
Okay.
until you receive your funding from the state and from the feds.
and then it is based off per pupil?
That's right.
How much per pupil?
There you go.
It's $4,500 a student,
Got to be more careful.
okay? But that's we do it all. Now, we're gonna do all the teaching, we do all that, the whole piece. So
Is that per year or for?
per year.
So if we go y'all in ninth grade, we gotta pay 4,500, 9,
One
10,
time.
one time?
One time.
Okay.
Do it one time. And the next year, you'll have a new group of students.
Per
Next
kid
year,
that he sends you, not, okay, like if he sends you 30 kids, it's 30 times 4,500.
That's right.
Who pay that? The district?
The state's gonna pay it.
Oh, okay.
We ain't gonna get the money, but,
Okay.
Yeah, it just increases your enrollment, which
Increase our enrollment.
activates those dollars.
Now, there's some language that Mr. Luciano has been working with the MOU. So if you approve it, just approve it pending the language is changed per Mr. Luciano with the MOU.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Can I get a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion. Go ahead, Tony.
I make the motion to approve with the pending language correction by Attorney Luciano.
Right, second.
Been motion second, all in favor? Opposed, ayes have it. All right. Contractor agreement between Cleveland School District and Pitney Bowes for the central office posted meter, food service posted meter, $67.22 per month per meter for 5 years. District food comes out of district and food services. Postal.
Anybody send mail anymore?
That's what I'm about to say.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We do.
Food services sends out that much money?
How about this? A per month?
That's still supposed to be, it won't be as much with the applications, but there's still mail they need to send out.
Who they mailing stuff to?
State, all kinds.
The who?
The state.
I can't hear.
And she got a lot of people that she mailed. I didn't know all this either. Until you start asking questions like.
You didn't get a letter tell you what the menu was?
That's listed radio every morning.
So I guess we just gonna carry all our mail over to food service and mail it since we
And
got the
the district
machine
gonna
over
have one
there?
at the, most locations will have a machine like it's always.
District
been.
had one too.
We one up here, one at food service.
And food service, come out of food service funds.
Everybody gets their own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
6
food
or
service
7,
had one.
so that's
Can I get a motion to approve the post meter?
I make the motion to approve.
Been motion second to approve the postal meter. All those in favor?
Ah,
Opposed? Ayes have
don't
it.
give me some stamps.
All right. Approval of personnel, resignation, retirements, employment recommendation, and supplements.
I have a question about 49.
You want to take it all?
No, I just want to ask, is she employed with this?
49.
I can't get it to come in.
Number 49.
Michelle, you there?
I'm sorry.
40,
Number 49.
No, that one gets resolved up in, number 9.
Number 9 or 49? It's,
She's
They're both the
involved.
same, aren't they?
yeah, but she has to come off because of the waiver for the PERS.
The PERS.
Only was in effect for April through June 30.
So she can't work, is that what you're saying? Okay.
She can, no.
She can or can't?
Cannot.
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 What are these resignations?
So I'm not following. I'm like.
They can only work a certain number of days, right, when they're
Right.
She has
retired?
to wait, yes, for 90 days.
Have to wait for 90 days.
So we hired her. No, I see, she resigned.
Yes.
And now then she gonna wait so many days and come
Yeah.
back.
Right.
Okay, I got it now. I
That
got
was
it.
number 49 was the explanation to why number 9 was on there.
Oh,
Okay, I got it now.
And number 7 is not gonna teach anymore, but they're gonna drive a bus.
That's right.
Right,
Okay.
and coach.
Coach.
And that's.
Volleyball.
that-
Are we putting license for
As long as
resignation?
it's not
Say-
football,
say-
basketball, or baseball.
One of those major sports.
We can coach, but we can't use them or not.
It's only for
If
certain
a
ones.
football coach,
Let me just add, well, baseball, football, basketball, softball, have to be a certified person.
Right.
They don't have to work, they should be certified. I mean, they could be retired if you want to. But then the other sports could actually be a paraprofessional, like swim, golf, soccer, tennis.
Volleyball.
Those type of things can be actually paraprofessionals if the district wanted to hire them.
So the coaching is just getting the supplements, right? I mean,
But see, I thought that's the reason why they made it mandatory for them to be able to drive, so they wouldn't get paid.
right?
huh?
Drive.
Right, ain't y'all talking about bus drivers?
Well, no, in this case,
coaches.
this person will drive a bus too.
Oh.
But mine was more how you could coach and not be a teacher.
You don't have to
Oh.
be.
But based on what he's saying, in sports, you don't have to. I guess if you can make.
It's just certain ones now.
Yeah.
Certain ones.
If you cover it up
Oh, they
with
done show they
supplements,
changed so
then-
much.
Lauderdale County, most of their soccer coaches are paraprofessionals for work.
Okay.
I get a motion to approve personnel.
I'll do it. So moved.
I asked a question though.
What was it?
These resignations, do we pull a license?
No.
These people that got license that leaving us?
Well,
Now, can I explain that part?
Assuming we don't have to, well,
Yeah.
Your question is,
Go ahead.
do we pull the license? Well,
Yeah.
if we have someone that breaks contract, we can't pull their license. What has to happen is, the board has to write a letter to Mississippi Department of Education to request that their license be suspended. If there was, like, if someone broke their contract or something.
Right, I thought we had policy
Yeah.
though. If they
Yeah,
broke
that's
it.
that's our policy.
reword it.
So I can't, we can't, no one can just say, we're gonna pull your license. That is all up to the Mississippi Department of
I
Education.
think he's gonna reword it, which has kind of been our understanding.
right.
Okay, and listen.
You gonna reword it?
I'm gonna make a motion to approve pending qualified replacement for certified
Okay,
personnel.
Right.
you understand that?
I
So do
second
we
that.
have people to replace those people who resigned?
Like number 7, I mean, I'm sorry, those students have been absorbed into another classroom. So that's not, I'm sorry, did you want me to speak to that?
Yes.
So there doesn't need to be a certified person for,
11.
yes ma'am, for number 11.
Number 9.
So my motion would still stand because
Yes, sir.
if they're being taught by a certified person, that's his responsibility to figure it out, not mine.
We don't want to approve any resignation that we don't have a highly qualified.
Highly
person.
qualified, certified employee.
Did they leave our children unattended?
That's right.
And we always work it out when we have somebody to resign. We always do that. One thing, and Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, when we have someone and they resign, or they just leave, and we say we're not gonna release them, there are a lot of cases where they'll still go somewhere else, all right, but we're still paying your insurance. Am I right, Michelle? We're still paying your insurance even though you're working somewhere else. There are a lot of times that we do not get the courtesy call from the other district to let us know that somebody that left us came to you. And so they just leave. So the only thing that we could do, like when we say we're not going to release you, they can leave. They still
That's right. Well, why are we paying
They
their
still have to
insurance
pay their insurance.
if they abandon
Why?
their job?
Why, Michelle?
Because they haven't resigned.
You didn't release them.
You didn't say that they were. You didn't
They
let
released
go.
themselves.
But they never showed up back up to work.
They never show back up, but we still
Well,
pay.
they abandoned their job.
Until we release them.
Until
You did not release them.
You didn't release them.
All right, so can we do this? At the next board meeting, if these people have not showed up with these jobs,
We
let
write our
us
letter.
know, and then we'll terminate them right then.
And we write our letters.
Write our letter. Just like Ms. Holmes just said, we'll follow through with our board policy at
But
that
see,
point.
what you're doing is leaving my children without a certified teacher.
Gotcha.
I got problems with that.
So pending, my motion is to approve personnel pending certified, highly,
Hey, can we pull resignations off for executive session?
Okay.
To
That's
discuss
one-
specifics?
that's 1 through 13?
Yeah.
All right. I rescind my motion.
Restate your motion.
Go ahead, Tony. All right, so we're gonna approve, I'm gonna make a motion to approve employing personnel except for 1 through 13.
There you go.
And the rest of them, I think, Tanya, are not certified, are they?
Why can't you do the motion
I
of
wonder where he go.
approve it following board policy and go on?
Whatever George did.
We can't make a motion.
They can. All right, so,
Just all you gotta do, we ain't gotta move to executive session.
yeah.
Make the motion
Todd wants to move.
following board policy.
Todd wants to move
And go
1 through
on.
13, and Lucille does to executive session.
Follow board policy.
I agree with you.
Following board policy.
But we didn't talk
I
about
make
it.
a motion. Following board policy, I make the motion that we approve,
All of them are following board policy.
we approve the personnel agenda with the exception of 1 through 13.
Second.
All those in favor?
Ah.
Opposed? All right, here we go.
Supplement.
Can I get a motion to consider executive session?
You skipped over public comments.
No. Show didn't.
We didn't, cause, I think Ms. Nora wanted to speak.
She didn't sign up.
It must have been late.
She signed it.
No, she didn't.
You said, you,
Or went
She
check.
signed the wrong sheet.
oh,
She signed the wrong sheet. But I think she wanted to address.
3 minutes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to introduce myself and put a face with the name. I'm Nora Goff Davis. I'm a family nurse practitioner, new associate professor at Delta State University in the School of Nursing, and I'm the CEO for South Family Medical School-Based Clinics. And I just want to say thank you all for allowing our clinics to be a part of your district. We have great intentions for everybody involved. I hope we can save the district some monies, because the kids don't have to miss school, because I think you miss money when they're absent.
Yes, we
They can
do.
get treated right on campus. The staff doesn't have to miss work. You don't have to have subs if they can come get a shot while we're on campus. We have great intentions. I hope that, everything is positive that you hear from us, and I just want to put a face with the name.
Y'all
That's it.
got shots.
Huh?
Y'all got shots.
We have flu shots, they're free to all, district personnel. They have Blue Cross Blue Shield. If you don't have insurance, receive it for free.
Y'all gonna give shots to kids at school?
If the parents, are in agreement. Yes, sir. We have 5 family nurse practitioners on site, 9 nurses, all board certified nurse practitioners. Dr. Stephen Clark is our collaborating physician as of September 1st. We can do telehealth, we have it all.
All right, appreciate it.
And Nora is too humble to tell you all, but she's Dr. Nora Goff.
Okay, Dr.
It's
Nora.
okay.
All right.
I think we all need your daddy,
Yeah, Dr. Goff.
Dr. Goff.
All right, can I get a motion to consider executive session?
Second.
A motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Can I state the reason for going into executive session? Parks Library update, hail damage update, legal matters. Personnel. Can I get a motion to go in executive session? Been motion, can I get a second?
Second.
But motion is second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. We'll take a